Welcome back to our conversation about can we coexist, discussing Christianity and the other world religions. And this week we're talking about Buddhism. The other day we talked about the origins of Buddhism and the Four Noble Truths, and today we're focusing in on the Eightfold Path and some of the major branches of Buddhism today and some of how they differ. So for the Eightfold Path, this is the Buddhists' pathway for eliminating desire, which we saw in the Four Noble Truths. Eliminating desire is the key to eliminating suffering and to attaining enlightenment or Buddhahood. So the first of the Eightfold Path is to have right view, which is to have a good understanding of the Four Noble Truths. The second of the Eightfold Path is to have right intention. This is to avoid desire in your motives and to avoid hatred, right? So you want to have right intentions and right motives in how you live and how you think and what you do. Third is having right speech and to be someone who tells the truth, who avoids lies, who avoids slander and angry words, things like that. Fourth of the Eightfold Path is to have right action. I think this is pretty straightforward. Don't kill people. Don't steal. Don't do bad things. Basically, right? Have right action. Fifth is to have a right livelihood. This has to do with your work and your job. That you shouldn't have an occupation that requires you to even inadvertently cause harm to others. So, like an exterminator, a faithful Buddhist who's observing the Eightfold Path shouldn't be an exterminator because in their job they're not killing humans, but they're still taking life. So this type of thing, right? There are certain jobs, livelihoods that just off the table. Sixth is right efforts, and that you are avoiding a negative state of mind and doing things with positivity. And that's linked with number 7 of mindfulness, right? To have right mindfulness, that you have awareness of your body, your thoughts, your feelings. Lots of schools nowadays are having mindfulness exercises and mindfulness practices. So students, you're probably pretty familiar with this one. Actually, this is one of the Eightfold Path. And number 8 has to do with concentration, that you are single-minded in things. You're not multitasking yourself into just kind of inner chaos and distraction, but that you're living with single-minded focus on the Eightfold Path and holding all 8 of these in tension. It's not just pursuing 1 or 3 or whatever of them, but to pursue all 8 as the pathway to eliminating desire so that you can attain enlightenment. So, in sense, this is the most kind of old school form of Buddhism, which is known as Theravada Buddhism. This is those who say that only monks who distance themselves from the ways of the world and pursue with single-minded emphasis this Eightfold Path. Only monks can attain Buddhahood, which is another way of saying enlightenment. Mahayana Buddhists say that anyone can attain enlightenment with the help of a bodhisattva. A bodhisattva is someone who has attained enlightenment and died, but instead of entering their version of heaven, they've chosen to return back to earth as kind of an angelic type of figure to help assist humanity attain enlightenment. So when you see different statues outside of Buddhist temples, you're usually seeing bodhisattvas or avatars who are other angelic figures who are assisting humanity in their quest for enlightenment and Buddhahood. And now Vajrayana Buddhism has a wide array of perspectives on enlightenment and everything. The most commonly known is of Tibetan Buddhism and the Dalai Lama, There are these spiritual shortcuts, so to speak, that can bring spiritual enlightenment just like that, like a thunderbolt type of enlightenment moment with the different spiritual exercises. And so I don't want to wade too much out of the area of what I'm comfortable talking about without misexplaining things. So there's a wide array of what Buddhist life and practice looks like. But generally speaking, if you understand the Four Noble Truths and have a basic understanding of the Eightfold Path, while recognizing that there is a wide range of only Buddhist monks can attain enlightenment, all the way to different tantric exercises and spiritual practices. Boom, thunderbolt enlightenment. There's a wide range of what this actually looks like in real life. Again, as Christians, we believe the gospel, that Jesus Christ, the second person of the Trinity, became man, that he fulfilled all the requirements of righteousness in his life, that he died on the cross as our substitute, so that we could be free from the curse of sin and death and receive peace and grace and life and love and fellowship, perfect fellowship with God. And so this is some of the difference between Christianity and Buddhism, that it's not our effort or our right mindfulness, it's not our eightfold path that saves us, but the perfect righteousness of Jesus Christ that we have as a gift of grace by faith alone, not by works. And so I hope this has been a helpful way to understand some of the relationships between Christianity and Buddhism. So let me know in the comments section what you think.